How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and today's video is going to be a showcase of the contents of the Gorge Belongings Chest, which you can buy as DLC for Don't Starve Together for $10 in the United States anyway. This is a chest that has a total of 7 elegants in them that are specifically themed around the Gorge event, specifically the Victorian theme that the rest of the event is known for. There are a couple of reasons why I went ahead and did this. First off, I had actually seen a couple of people ask me about it, and secondly, it occurred to me that there are some special visual effects that are not very well displayed or explained in the description for the items themselves. I think these are special effects that are best represented through the video medium, so that was kind of the intent of this. So let's get started into showcasing some of the specific items themselves. So first off, we have the Fanciful Axe. This replaces the flint axe as an art asset, as a model, so you can choose to craft the Fanciful Axe instead of the flint axe and use it for chopping down trees and the like. The next item would be the Fanciful Shovel. This is a shovel that replaces the flint version of the shovel, and much like the flint axe, it simply replaces the art. There's really nothing else to it visually. It's just, it looks a little bit different, as most cosmetics are going to here. The next skin we're going to be looking at here is called the Terrine. It is a skin for the crock pot, and it turns it into something a little bit more stylish. I'm also presenting the night version of it so you get an idea of what it looks like when you're cooking a meal in complete darkness. The next skin we're going to be looking at here is the pot roast bat, which is a cosmetic replacement of the ham bat. It looks a little bit less stylish, I would say, than the one that was presented in the forge. So this is like the Gorge ham bat. I'm not exactly sure how the ham bat and everything fits into it. It looks a little bit more rough around the edges, especially compared to the original ham bat. If you looked at the original ham bat, it was, the character is literally holding the bone with the meat on it. And this one looks a little bit more cobbled together. You actually get to see the strings on it and whatnot that is holding the meat. And yeah, as I just presented it there, you could see me use it in action and what have you to give you an idea of what the pot roast bat looks like. I think I'll still use the forge version of this, but it is certainly interesting. The next skin we're going to be looking at here is the Victorian Hearth. So this once again reskins the stone fireplace, which in my opinion, I think we have kind of like enough skins for this fireplace at this point. I think it would be more interesting to see additional skins for items that are commonly, or structures that are commonly used and yet have never been reskinned before. But it seems like reskinning the fireplace is a very common thing, and like I must have about 5 different versions, different skins for the fireplace at this point. It's not probably going to replace my sunken fire pit. I think that's still my favorite. I know a lot of other people are in favor of the winged brazier, and in my opinion, the animation for the winged brazier is cool, but I still like the look of the sunken fire pit more. So that's still going to be my favorite. Moving into some of the really cool stuff here, we have the Victorian Icebox. So this is the first time that the icebox itself has been reskinned, and not only does it get a cool Victorian safe look to it, it now also has a little animation that plays when you open it up. You can see the cold air escaping from within the icebox. It has a very, like, the little snowflakes, little ice particles are forming in the air, and you get to see that with the Victorian Icebox, but not really with the original Icebox. So this is more along the lines of what I personally would like to see Klei do with the skins in the game, introduce more skins for structures that haven't been reskinned in the past, and the Victorian Icebox certainly checks that box for me, and it is by far one of my favorites here for the Gorge event for these items. And then the last one is probably one of the best ones, and it's the Goat's Head Cane, which reskins the walking cane. Now, not only does this give your characters a very aristocratic looking walking aid, for lack of a better term, it also has a small animation effect similar to the ancient cane, in that when you're walking around with it, little particles, like little gold yellowish particles, fly out in the air and leave a trail behind your character, basically, depending upon which direction you're going. Now, while these things always have the potential of being a little bit too overt and becoming actually a nuisance, or in general annoying people with their effects, I think that the Goat's Head Cane does it in a very tasteful way, and you can especially see this these effects light up quite nicely when it's darker out or at night. For example, if you don't have a torch, I realized if you're walking around just with the cane, you can kind of see where your character is on the map simply by the gold glitter that spawns behind your character as they walk. Of course, this does not serve as a source of light, so there's functionally no difference between it and a regular walking cane. But I think at the moment that this is my favorite one in this entire set here, and maybe it is because it's kind of ostentatious. It's a bit difficult to say, but yeah, both of these, I think the small touches for the animation are like one of the best things that that Klei can do going forward when it comes to making special items, something that feels a bit more premium. So that was a demonstration of the new items that are available now in the Gorge Belongings Chest for Don't Starve Together for the Gorge event. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.